Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to break down and talk about the system that has a potential making you anywhere from 5 to 10K per day selling AI. Let's get into it. So, obviously, the first thing, which I preach a lot here, guys, is picking correct niche. So, in this case, I'm just going to use real estate agents and the real estate world as an example. That's what I'm doing right now. I always try to reiterate this, but when you're going to pick one, make sure that you pick something that you're somewhat familiar with or relatable. You don't even have to have any experience in the industry. For example, I pick real estate agents because I was a real estate agent and I know exactly how they think, operate, what their problems are, and what they need. So it's very easy for me to do that. Maybe if you were a roofer, you had previous experience doing HVAC, or maybe your parents, even your parents maybe had a business in roofing or HVAC, or somebody owned a med spa, whatever, right? Anything you have experience with. And if you have zero experience in anything at all, and you're like, Franco, I really don't know, I have zero, like everything you just said doesn't make sense, then go ahead and pick something you see yourself maybe in the future getting into and go from there. Obviously, real estate might be the easiest one. I think everybody always talks about real estate investments and stuff like that. So if you want to get into investing into real estate, maybe you can just start doing some research on that and get into either selling to real estate agents or doing home renovations and stuff like that. There's so many options that you can really get into. So picking a correct niche really is the most important part of everything, because if you get on a sales call and you don't understand your customers' problems, what they suffer with, and how you can help them, then it's just going to be a whole waste of time. So that's really the most important thing. Facebook and Instagram ads is what we're going to be using. That's what I use. That's what is going to get you the most traction. Google's just, it's a shot in the dark. Really, it might work, it might not. But Facebook and Instagram, it's easy. Google's a bit more difficult. Facebook and Instagram, it's a lot easier to create the ads. Obviously, there are a couple AI programs I'm going to show you guys today that I'm using right now to create ads. Some people think that you have to get in front of a camera and make a 60-second video or something like that, and I know a lot of us aren't really too comfortable doing that, and you don't have to. So there's AIs now, that AI um, algorithms and programs that make ads that look realistic and sound real, just like a human. I mean, it even tricked me. I'm into all this, and I saw one the other day. I'm like, is this real or fake? And kind of starting to doubt it. So it's really good. Facebook and Instagram ads we use right for marketing your company. So in this case, if you want to sell, let's say you want to do HVAC and you're trying to sell to HVAC businesses to get them leads, right? So you're going to use Facebook and Instagram ads. You're going to make your ad and then put it on these platforms, whether it be a live or in this case, this is a good example, a little something from what I'm using, like attention real estate agents, book temp, pre-qualified appointments for your business. So this is just a quick example. This isn't word for word what I'm using, but you're going to use something like a hook and a grabber, which is obviously attention, and then book what your guarantee is. So book 10 pre-qualified. In this case, I would change it to listings in 90 days or whatever, right? So if it's HVAC, you're going to want to switch it to get 10 HVAC, customers in the next 60 days, whatever. Give them a guarantee, give them something that makes them feel like they're not going to be able to lose. And then that's going to really drive people through to your funnel. So that's the first thing that it's easier to do. You don't even have to just go on Canva and do this right here. It's not that difficult. Getting into the AI I'm talking about to make ads, it's right here is Arc Ads. So Arc Ads is really, really good actually if you go to their website. So you can see right here, this is Arc Ads. You have to obviously pay for it. So what happens is it's like a one-time payment for each video. You give it a script, tell it what to use, and then it will make something like this. Right here, you can see this chick right here. So it looks real. I mean, literally, these are realistic. All this is fake. I mean, it's just crazy. So go on their website and you give a bunch of options and you pick between a bunch of girls or guys, whatever. Pick the voice, everything. And then you just put the script, use ChatGPT or Cloud AI or anything like that, make a script, put it in there, and you create the ad, and you go from there. Really, you don't need any more than $30 a day on these. And this goes for everything. I mean, this goes for making your ads for your own business to get your leads, and this is the same exact process for your customers once you get them onboarded. So, I wouldn't really focus too much on practicing for your customers until you get any. I actually just like all my mentors say. There's no point in focusing on the fulfillment side of the business if you're not having any customers at the moment. It's kind of like saying, I'm going to watch, 2 hours of gym videos every day, but not go to the gym. It's pretty stupid. You're just wasting your time. That's my opinion. I know not everybody thinks the same. Some people like to be prepared for everything and they'll go through and, do fulfillment when they don't have any customers. I think it's a waste of time. Don't even deal with, making ads for HVAC or your niche until you have a customer. Don't go through doing all that, wasting your time. I mean, it's just work on getting the customer. Once you get the customer through the door, they pay you, your retainer, how much you're charging. Then you can actually start working on the system and learn as you go. Nobody's perfect. You don't need to be perfect on the first one. Trust me, you'll have lots, hundreds of customers to do this with. So I don't recommend you, mess around with it for your customers, but this is what you're going to be using for your own agency and also for your customers once they do end up getting signed up, right? Obviously, here this is for me. From here, before I'll show you guys AI caller. Realtors, in this case, if you're doing this for your agency, they see that on Facebook. Let's say, right? They're going through Facebook. They see your poster. They see that Arc Ads AI, and they're interested because you're saying things like, an example would be like, realtors, are you tired of knocking on doors all day and getting no results? Here's our system, blah, blah, blah. If they're interested, they hit the link, which is under the video right on top of it. That's going to take them to your VSL page or your booking page directly. Depends on the ad, type of ad, where you're running it. Obviously, there's a couple different funnels that you can use, which I've touched base on before. But the funnels, really what you want to do is get them to go through your funnel, watch a VSL video. Ideally, I like that because the more content that they consume from you, the easier the sale becomes, the more trustworthy that your name becomes also. And then they're just going to book a page and they go to a pre-call video and watch that. And from there, you just join the implementation call and sell them. So that's really all it is. It's not that difficult. I think the most difficult part of all this is setting up your back-end funnels, setting up the automations, right? You need to do automated emails for these people. Sometimes they leave you on their phone and email and name, and they don't book a call. So when that happens, you need to have your automation set up through Go High Level so that you can actually reach out to these people. Actually, Go High Level does it all for you. You just put the scripts from ChatGPT. That's all stuff that takes time to set up. I mean, other than that, once you have it all set up, it's done. Like, you don't have to touch it again. And then the leads, it's just about finding which ad works for you and messing around with the ads until you start getting bookings and implementation calls set up. Once people are on your implementation calls, it's just mastering the sales game and then getting them sold, really. Once you get them sold, just to touch base a little bit on the AI caller I'm using, it's called SynthFlow. So I'm going to actually show you guys here an example of SynthFlow. This is just an AI bot. So what happens is you're going to be using this for your business and also for mainly for, you can use it for yours, but mainly for your customers once you get them onboarded, right? So just give you a quick example of what it's like.
Yes, hello.
Hey Alex, it's Ryan from SynthFlow. I noticed you were at our AI event. Have you ever thought about using an AI voice assistant to boost your sales process?
No, I didn't think about that.
Right, so that's just a quick example. That's actually over a year ago. They're actually improved a lot better now. They sound a lot more realistic. So the AI callers are a lot more realistic than that. But that's just a quick example of how it works. On SynthFlow, all you do is once you get a customer fulfilled, whether it be real estate, HVAC, or whatever niche you're in, you just put the list. You go to ChatGPT, you say, make me a script for, I don't know, people looking to buy houses or people looking to sell houses. And then you put that into the script on SynthFlow. The ads work their magic. They call in, and then it books it directly onto your customer's booking page or their calendar, and it goes from there. That's how it works. So that's really, guys, just like a quick, overview, obviously, of how this whole system works for your agency and how it works for your customers once you get them onboarded. Lastly, obviously, talking about setting them up. So once you get people set up and they like what you have, because it's a full system, right? So remember, I always say sell the bridge, not the whole brick. So you're selling not just a chat bot, you're not selling only marketing, you're selling marketing plus you're getting them leads. So I always say, guys, you want to solve the problem for your customer. So that's why it's very important to pick a niche that you're familiar with, right? I know as a previous real estate agent, the problems real estate agents have is getting just leads, getting people to talk to, right? Because everybody knows a real estate agent, right? Oh no, my cousin's a real estate agent. No thanks. And you don't want to spend your time cold calling, door knocking. I used to be that agent, and I would get nowhere. And I know exactly how it feels. And if you were to come to me with this exact offer, and I'm a real estate agent, I'm buying it, right? Like it's that simple. And I'm confident in my own system and my own sales process when I get on these sales calls because I know exactly what they're feeling, what they're thinking. So that's exactly what I'm telling you guys. You want to sell a whole bridge. You want to tell them, look, this is what we do, and this is what we're going to get you. So you don't want to talk about just your process and waste time saying, hey, this is what we do. This is what we're going to, be doing in the back end. Who cares? What you want to actually be doing is talking to these people and to your potential customers and these leads. You want to be telling them this is what we're going to get you, right? You have a 90-day guarantee, whatever the case your guarantee is, and you tell them we've done it before. This is what we get you, and you talk about the end results, right? So that's really what you want to really focus in on. So what you do is you do a one-time setup fee and process. I mean, there's a bunch of options here. You can either charge anywhere from 2K all the way to 10, 15K, right? I know people that charge for these systems, they can charge that much. But obviously, when you're getting started, you can charge anywhere from 2 to 5K. I wouldn't go lower than 5, to be honest. So you charge a whole setup fee and process fee, and you charge them for a set amount of time to run this. So in this case, what we do is 3 months, 90 days. You tell them you pay, let's say, 5,000 for 90 days, and then if you like the program from there, obviously the main part of this business that I like the most is the retainer aspect. You can charge $1,000 to $2,000 a month just to maintain the bot and do a couple minutes of maintenance here and there. And once you do that, you just go through it and you keep giving the customer leads and closings, and you charge a retainer. So I mean, a real estate agent, if you get them 2 or 3, 4, 5 listing appointments in a few weeks or within a month, and they close one of them, that's $10,000 to $15,000 in commission, depending where they're at. Why wouldn't they pay $1,000 or $2,000 a month just to get that? I think it's a no-brainer. Obviously, and that's just low end numbers. So that's really where the money is made. If you guys are really interested in this, you can do it from your house. Anybody with a computer, all you have to do is just set this up. And once you get on the calls, you get a couple clients going through, you spend more money on ads, you just boost it and boost it. And really, the money in this system is made with the retainers. Imagine getting 10 to 20 clients paying you 1,000 or 2,000 a month, and you just keep adding. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I don't know if what I'm doing in my agency and what I fulfill and how this AI model works. So if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one.